What's up, everybody? Sean here with another Live to Roll. Coming out here with my buddy Russ. I'll let him introduce himself and stuff in a second. Bobby, actually, everybody keep him in your thoughts, prayers. He actually had a little bit of a cycle accident, so he's a little laid up right now from his hand cycle. But we'll hope he's back soon and feeling healthy and feeling good. But yeah, I'm
I'm
Sean.
back, Bobby.
Yeah, that's what we got to get him back.
Yeah.
But for today, you guys just got me and my buddy Russ, who's actually one of the first Live to Roll guests, and I've really regretted not having him on more in these last few years here, man. But yeah, so I'll introduce myself and let you kind of take it and give a little brief introduction. But I'm
Awesome.
Sean Fluke. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic from a snowboarding accident 21 years ago, and yeah, that's my basic story. Everyone's heard it on here. Russ, why don't you give us a little bit
Yeah,
of
man.
who you are, man?
I'm a baby. I'm a little baby compared to you. I'm a C4 C5 complete quadriplegic on a ventilator. I got hurt in May 26th of 2013 in Lake Havasu. I dove off the back of the boat and hit the bottom of the river and broke my C4 C5 vertebrae. Spent what, I think it was 8 weeks, 7 8 weeks in ICU in Vegas, and then I flew out to Craig Hospital in Colorado and did lucky enough to get 3 months of rehab out there before I flew back home to California.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. I actually forgot that you went to Craig. I remember you had told me
yeah,
that like early on when we had
yeah,
met, but yeah, no, that's actually cool that you got to do. Yeah, Craig's an amazing
yeah.
guy.
It was cool, And I'm not saying that the hospitals, the rehabs out here are no good, but that's where my sister did a bunch of research after I got injured, and she was like, "Oh, I want to get you out to Craig." It was either going to be Casa or Craig, and I ended up going to Craig. So it
Yeah,
was
I
it
mean,
was cool.
yeah, either one probably would have been a good choice. Casa Colina is a great
Yeah,
rehab, but
for
but
sure.
Craig is regarded as probably like the top in the country, so that's really
Yeah,
cool.
they're like top 10, out of spinal cord and brain trauma
Yeah.
rehab centers. So, but the crazy part is what I've been hurt going on. It was 12 years this year, and in 12 years now, it's like you break your neck, you go in the hospital, you're out in what, 30 days. You know, it's
That's
it's insane. Like,
yeah.
what are you going to teach someone in 30 days? Like, how are you going to teach a family member or anyone to care for you in 30 days, let alone yourself get through the trauma of, or, start this new life, It's
Yeah.
crazy, you know?
Yeah. No,
And
man. Yeah, go
when
ahead,
I,
sorry.
you know, when I came home, it was, dude, I 3 months of rehab there. Then I came home and it was like, I came home in October, and I probably didn't get nursing until January, February of 2014. So I had 4 months of no nursing, of just, thank God, my mom, my sisters, and my brother and my dad learned how to, do all my wound care and bowel program and bladder and all that. Cause dude, we were lost, it was crazy.
Wow, that is crazy. I actually didn't know you had didn't have any like actual care
Yeah.
support going home for.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it takes nowadays, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it hasn't changed, bro. It's probably gotten worse.
Well, it's
So
hard. Well, it's hard to find like quality caregivers a lot of times that do care and do want like help and
right,
can be consistent and all that.
a
Like I
hundred
struggled with
percent,
that for a lot of years when I was younger, um,
right.
and so yeah, now I am fortunate, right? Because Leah now, my wife, is my caregiver,
Yeah,
and that's how.
yeah,
And she does an incredible job, and honestly, a better job than any of the other
right.
caregivers in my past history because she cares and she takes the time to. But
Yeah, it's not just the
before we were
paycheck, dude.
but even before we were dating, she did a lot of extra care stuff. Like she's like
Right.
scrubbing the baseboards in the bathroom
Yeah,
and stuff like in her downtime
yeah.
because like she didn't want to just sit like most of the other caregivers would just sit while I was
Hmm.
on the toilet, you know?
Right.
Like,
100%. And
uh,
like I said, it's just sad how this medical industry, or you want to call it like insurance, stuff works for us, because it's not like, okay, cool, we broke our neck, we're paralyzed, either para, quad, whatever, either one, it's going to be traumatic. It's a traumatic injury, and to get 30 days in a hospital and go, okay, you're good to go, let's go home and live life. Like, no way, dude. It doesn't work like that. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I know you like, and that's what that whole thing that we all say or whatever is like the rehab begins when you get home, but they kind of force
100%.
that. Like
Yeah,
now, it's
it is.
definitely
It is.
forced
It's
rehab.
forced rehab. Yeah, a
It,
hundred percent. You
yeah,
know,
it's not like quite like back where you would get three or like even people back 6 months and things way back.
6 months, a year. Yeah, almost.
Way
You
back, yeah.
know,
I got because I'm 21 year, almost 22 years now, in
right?
January. But I got like 2.5 months in rehab, and then including my
Really?
ICU time, I had about 3 months total hospital time because
Okay.
I was in ICU for 2 weeks at Loma
Right.
Linda. Then they transferred me to Northridge Hospital just because it's only like an hour and a half away, but my family was driving like 2 hours
Right.
to come to Loma
Right.
Linda, so we like went um, closer, so it would be easier
Right.
for family and
Yeah.
things to visit. But yeah, man, it's crazy the time of that stuff. So
It
I
is.
know when I first met you, you were pretty newly like because I feel like I've known you for at least
Dude,
10 years.
I, oh, at least I've been hurt going, it was 12 years this year. I met you probably 6 months after. I don't even think it
That's
was
what I think it
six
was, right?
months
Because it was like
because
right
it
off the
was
bat.
like, I was fresh, dude. It was a triumph meeting we met at.
Yeah, at the
So,
Northridge support
yeah,
group, probably, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it
And,
was. I remember now.
my sister had me go to that right when I came home. So, I was probably a month or two home, and then she was like, all right, dude, you're going to go check out this group meeting. I'm like, I'm not going. I don't want to go. No, I was fighting her, dude, and she's like, it's going to be good for you. And then, sure enough, I fought tooth and nail not to go, but I'm glad I went, because it's one, again, this is like when we first get injured, it's like we think it's life's over, and then when you go see other people in their situation, you realize, hey, you know what, life could still be lived. So
Yeah, no, that's exactly I think the main thing about it. Like, even if people sometimes don't initially like, because I know I went through like I had like Bobby and Anthony like that came to
right,
my hospital room back in the day. I met my friend
hmm
Mike going to like a rehab thing, and he kind of like different people did help me early on, but
right,
it took me quite a few years to really like want to be involved in any like hang out like I
yeah,
basically got their info in the beginning. I was like, cool, thank you, and then like eventually kind of was like, oh, you guys want to like help me? Like, can I ask you a question?
right. No, it's like, dude, people different. And like I still know people that are been maybe injured 20 plus years that still haven't accepted the injury, and are still
Yeah,
living life pissed off. And I'm just like, damn, dude, I don't know how you're doing it, but hey, if that's how you want to live life, that's up to you, man. But I can't. There's no way I could live it like that. I had to accept it, and once I accepted it, that's when my whole attitude changed, and it's like, acceptance is huge in life, no matter what it be. So, that's what I tell the newly injured when we go see them. Like, it's like, hey, you know what? I promise you, you could still live a good life. You could still have fun, but you got to first accept this new life, you know?
yeah,
So,
yeah, man. That's a
and like I
acceptance
said,
is
it's not everyone won't accept it as soon as I did, or it might take them longer or whatever. But once you do, you'll see a dramatic change in life for sure.
yeah, yeah. It's such a huge traumatic change. It's like and yeah, to adjust in it does take some time for your mental like
Yes,
like
yes,
thing to
a
really
hundred
kind of come
percent.
around. Like
It's
just
not. It's not like we get hurt and then we go to a freaking like a mental therapist right after. It's like you got so much to go through after an injury. So
yeah. So man, so I want to actually two parts on this show. I want to one catch up with all the stuff you've been doing. That's what I was going to start
yeah,
with, but I feel like,
let's do
but
it.
all right, cool. So let's just go ahead and do a little bit of like,
Yeah,
Russ, you do because that's one of the things. Like, man, that's why I asked you on here for like, because we will get into some of the ways you manage your independence and your care and how you do
right.
so much. But
Okay.
if people aren't following Russ on Wheels on Instagram, the link is in the description below. Click on it. You can check him out.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
always has positive, motivational stuff like just and you're always doing something funny or fun or just hang out with your
Yeah.
friends, doing events out. motocross events and all kinds of different stuff. Just
For sure. Yeah. No, it's like at first I was, again, devastated. I'm, breaking my neck, being paralyzed from the neck down, thinking life was over, And now it's like there's nothing that's going to stop me. I've accepted the injury. I've accepted that, whatever I do, I'm going to need help with, or you know, be whether it be getting dressed, being fed, I'm going to need 24-hour nursing because I'm on the ventilator, whatever. It's all good. I've accepted that. So now what do you do? Now you go out there and you live life, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Like I just got, I flew out to New York to the Corn and System of a Down concert. Went and saw that. Went to Arizona just recently. Went to the Nine Inch Nails concert. Um, just everything, dude. From hanging out with friends at baseball games to concerts to going to the shooting range to whatever. It's like there's no stopping us.
yeah, no, I know that's one thing. You definitely have like a good like group of supportive friends that
Yes,
seem to go out
yes,
and hang out and take
and yeah,
like
honestly, without that, without the circle of people that I've that I've made, like I wouldn't be where I'm at. There's no way. So it's like, because even the circle I have, it's like, hey, let's go do this. We'll make it happen. We'll figure out a way to do it. And sure enough, whatever it is that we're doing, we're not going to do it in a dangerous way where I could, get injured or nothing, but,
yeah,
we'll figure a way out to do something, when we're out there having fun. So,
yeah, man, no, that's awesome. And so is this something because we've talked about this on the shows before? Um, Sometimes like people will invite you to things or do things, but they haven't thought about
right,
accessibility factors. Your friends seem
right.
like they kind of take that into consideration before,
They
or
do. They
they
do.
ask you if you want to go. If you want to go, they figure out accessibility.
Right, 100%. And that's what they do. Now it's like, they have to, one, you have to figure out, something if they want me to go, because obviously if it's not wheelchair friendly, we're screwed. So yeah, it's not it's not only just like you know I don't know. They think about me and think about access for me because
No,
a
no,
lot of
I
times
know.
they'll be like, hey, we're gonna do this and we've already looked into it and yeah, we can get you in there or whatever. So that's cool. And that's what that's what friends do for people. They help out and if there's not a way to get to do it, they figure out a way. They might be like, oh, dude, we can't do it this weekend, but next weekend we'll get some stuff to make you a ramp to get in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's super cool, man. That is good friends. That's what having loved ones that consider you. That's what Leah just put in the thing, like in the chat. That's very, very,
Yeah, yeah,
very nice having that in your life for sure. Because I know
right.
that's one thing that a lot of people struggle with. Because we like that's why I said we've talked about it on multiple different show topics and things where people have been,
Right.
like invited places and done things, and then like to show up and
Yeah.
nobody considered any accessibility for them. They kind of just were like,
Right.
yeah, like
Right.
which yeah, but
Yeah.
no,
I also carry a portable ramp in my van too. Like a
oh, it's
little
smart,
3-footer. That
nice,
way if there is like a little step or something, like I can bust it out. And it's definitely come in handy. They're not even that expensive. I think you can get them on Amazon for $80 or something. It's a
yeah,
little
no,
3-foot portable aluminum ramp.
yeah, no, those are really
So
great. I had never really gotten many of those either until the last couple of years. Or Leah's actually
right,
really like taking consideration and got like even that's what we were talking a little bit, but we didn't catch up all. Like we've been spending this year and last year spent quite a bit of time in this Airbnb out in Joshua Tree, and it's like this little
nice,
one cabin
dude.
Airbnb, and it's pretty accessible, but it just has like little thresholds for the sliding doors and like
Right.
for the back bathroom door for the patio. But she like has taken time and like every time kind of gotten like a ramp, and then if it didn't work, like
Right.
get
Yeah.
a new one, like try return that one and get another,
Yeah. Well,
get
you
figure
can
out
even,
something else.
they got 6-footers. They got 6-footers that fold up into like a little
Like a
3 foot,
3 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, and those things are so handy, bro. They get you out of a pinch real quick.
Yeah, and for a while we actually didn't have the 6 footer. We had, I think it was just it was a 4 footer or a five. But it was
Right.
pretty big. It
Yeah.
wasn't the fold in half kind, but we actually,
Right.
because we actually just recently got like a newer van a few months ago.
Oh, did you?
But before that,
Nice.
my original van from the
You,
2007, like just it was it had met its end, and by the end, the
oh
ramp had
yeah.
stopped working and everything. So we
Yeah.
like to get in and out. She actually bought a portable ramp and was
Oh, really?
like loading me
Just
in and out
laying it
the
outside?
opposite side door, like the where the ramp was. And I
Really?
was going in the opposite slider door,
Right.
and yeah, she was just laying the ramp down, pushing
Wow.
me up, like because it was steep. So pushing up
Dude, that's
and down was
gnarly.
yeah, no, it was pretty gnarly. But
Yeah.
yeah, she had to do that for a few weeks, like until we kind of figured out like we actually were able to kind of like, because I had an in-floor ramp on that one, and we were able to
Yes.
disconnect it and be able to just like manually pull it in and out a little quicker and
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, like stuff like that is hard. It's a lot of work on the people around you, but like it's super helpful to have those type of
Yeah.
tools and things.
No, of course. Yeah. Where'd you get your new van from?
We actually got it from the Ability Center, or not Ability Center anymore.
Nice.
Sorry, United Access. I don't know why I still go to
Okay.
that.
Really?
United
Dude, it's
Access.
crazy how much these things are, bro. Because I was looking in. Did you get another? Did you get another Sienna?
Yeah, but 2016. So yeah,
Is
but
it the hybrid?
it's not the hybrid, and that's the hybrids
No.
started in 2021, where they're only hybrids, and those
Right.
go up
Yeah.
crazy in price because yeah, that
Dude, they're like
hybrid.
90 grand, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
And
that's insane.
that's without having like if for me that 90 grand's the base. There's another
That's
10
without
plus
the
grand
seat.
to add a
Yeah.
seat and a hand control,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
also now I have to have a sensitized steering, which is another 10 grand plus. Like so that's
Dude,
like twenty
gnarly,
thousand
dude.
in
It's crazy.
notifications on top of that
Yeah, so you're
90,000
at a
adding up.
hundred
So
you're at 110 grand for a stupid car. Like,
yeah,
forget it.
yeah.
You know?
So it is pretty hard for a lot of people to access, but that's why it's good to
Yeah.
be able to do what you can, figure out stuff that works.
Right.
The used van
Yeah.
market's definitely what I would suggest for most people. Those new ones are
Right.
just that's just
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
um,
I've had two vans since I've been hurt, and I started with the Dodge, and then I had that for like 5 years, and then I got my Sienna, and I've had that ever since. So
yeah, that my first Sienna, that 2007, I bought brand new. It only had like 8 miles on it or something from like the dealership thing. Like it
wow.
was literally like
Yeah.
brand new. And at the end of it, it was almost 20 years, and I got like 178,000 miles out of it. So I feel like probably like at
Right.
least I got the use out of it. Probably could
No,
have.
for sure, dude, for sure. That thing, if the ramp didn't break, I'm sure you could have got at least 300 out of that motor easy. You know?
Now, yeah, the motor, the Toyota motors, definitely just keep your fluid changes and everything, all your maintenance up, and man, they will run.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Angry Quad, the
So.
proper term is bullshit. But yeah, no, it is.
Right.
That's stuff like that. And the one thing I was actually mentioned to Russ before, and I've talked about on the show, I just got like 3 grants last year to get a hand cycle thing.
Yeah.
But that's I feel like what I don't know, but I think there are some driving like adaptive vehicle. I'm sure not gonna pay for everything, but you can maybe get like
Yeah.
5, 10, a few thousand, like whatever you can get
Right.
to add
Yeah.
into it to
Um,
like break it down. But yeah,
enough
so
to
there
put
are some grants.
enough to put in enough to put in a seat maybe.
Yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
yeah, and I tried to be cheap and be like, I'll just take the hand controls and see. And they're like, no, that's
right.
unsafe. That's not a. It's not. They legally
They
cannot.
wouldn't take them out of they wouldn't take them out of your old van and put it in the new one.
No, yeah, because they're older and they can't guarantee the safety and the stability of those
So they
parts.
make you buy
So,
brand new ones.
so they make you buy brand new ones. Yeah.
That's
Maybe if you had
awesome.
bought them from the dealership within like whatever the year, maybe a span is, a few years,
Right,
you
right,
might be
right,
able to still
right.
reuse for like a new van if you
Yeah,
like maybe crashed your van and like were able to take
right.
those out type of thing. But yeah, those are all that stuff is
That's
crazy.
crazy,
But
dude.
and
That's
like you've
crazy.
mentioned, even like the hand cycles almost $9,000. 85. I
Yeah,
think it was 8,700
that's
with shipping
insane,
and
dude.
everything. So
Yeah,
like shit's
but
wild.
hey, again, it's if it's gonna help us, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, no,
So
I mean, I think it'd be stuff like that is just stuff that helps because it helps your health things, but it also helps you get
right,
outside. It helps
yeah,
like you just have more enjoyment in life, like having fun
get
doing
some
things,
movement in your body,
movement. Yeah, feel
So
that wind on your face.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So,
uh,
are you doing that? Did you do any skiing this year?
I actually not water. So for so many years, I was like water skiing. I love the water skiing. I want to go like twice a
Right.
year water skiing because the snow is really hard for me.
Yeah,
Um,
I hate the snow, dude.
but
Unless I know it's gonna be sunny, I'm not going.
like no, I know it gets cold up there, but that's what. Luckily, also Leah had got me a whole bunch of like really like actual snow gear for myself, like
Right.
an
Nice.
actual like waterproof jacket, like a nice like actual good
Good.
pants, like stuff
Yeah.
like that to stay warm and do it. But so we've gone the last 2 years because they have a new adaptive ski. They've like made this like it's called the push cart or the snow cart. Sorry, snow cart, and
Okay.
they actually strap my hands to two poles, and they actually have a
Right.
Tetra version too. So they have a Tetra
Yeah.
ski, which you could totally do with like chin control.
Right. I've seen that one.
I
Yeah.
use the joystick. I am terrible with the joystick, anyways. Like I'll crash a power chair all
Really.
day if I was in a power chair, bro. I would go through a wall. But
Right.
ask Leah about my driving.
That's awesome.
but but they also made a new one, the snow cart, where they actually have two poles, each attached to two separate skis. Um, and then they just use those little active hand things. They strap me to those poles,
Really.
and to turn it, you
So
just
they're
gotta
like
like
your
lean your
riggers.
body left and right, and I can like it's enough function. Like it's easy
Right.
enough to turn the skis, and dude, it feels like I'm legitimately like snowboarding or skiing like I did back
Right.
in the day. Like
Right.
I can feel
Nice.
because my hands are strapped to that. I can feel like when I hit a bump or start to catch an edge on a ski.
Right.
Like I can feel it up through my arm.
Really.
Like whoa, like whoa,
Nice.
like so it like
Did you
really
do that
feels.
this year?
I went, yeah, we went in February. I think January, February.
Nice.
We went twice, and I plan to also go twice again. Like every winter, I think now I'm gonna try to book like 2 trips because it's
Did you
just
just go by yourself, or you went with like Triumph?
well, no, we actually I went by myself because Leah and I just
Nice.
went up there, and then one of the times my buddy Frenchie came up with us too.
Nice.
But the reason why I did that is because if you go with Triumph, and it's awesome to go with Triumph,
It's yeah.
they
No,
try to share
100%.
those, so I could get it for the morning or the afternoon, but I couldn't
Right.
probably do
Right.
both because that's being selfish
Yeah.
and like hogging it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
No,
why I'm like,
I
nah, I
feel you.
want it for both. So
Yeah. Right. I'm staying all day.
but yeah, that's why I have chosen to pay and go on my own. It's
Right.
probably more than I would like to. It's like $140 they charge you for a full day session, including all the
Yeah.
equipment
That's
rentals and
not
all
too
that.
bad.
Like, so
Yeah.
it's not terrible. I think this when I looked last, the lift passes were like $95. So
Dude,
just
lift
to get a
passes
lift,
are
just to
crazy.
get a lift passes, and they're not
Yeah.
charging you that much for the additional like
So
whatever.
you're
But
like, just for you to go, it's $300 almost.
yeah, so that's what I feel like. It seems it's for I'm happy to what like try to figure out how I can like make that
Right.
happen. Like the
Right.
like so it's worth it, and I love it, man.
Right.
But
Yeah. Well, like again, like we're saying, it's crazy what they charge us for stuff to let us be independent. It's crazy, but in the end, as long as they're having fun, it's worth it. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like. Just have fun, get out there. Uh,
yeah. What's price can't put a number on happiness. And you know might as well do it while you can. And like you said, there's foundations out there that'll give you grants for stuff. So you could try doing that. You know,
yeah, for sure, man. Here, I got a couple questions for you from the chat. Um,
let's do it.
Russell, Derek was asking Russ, how do you drive your chair? And then earlier he asked about like head control. Let me find that one. Sorry. Oh
No
yeah, I do
worries.
use a head switch for driving your chair or for operating seating position or seating
So
function.
my head switch, yeah, my head switch right here is for like seating functions, so I could do my pressure relief and
Tilt.
lay my chair back. I could stand up. You know I could elevate my leg, my feet. So this is just to switch the modes. And then my straw is I use what they call a sip and puff chair, so it's all controlled through my breath. So if I give it a hard puff, it'll go straight, and then a soft puff will turn right, then a soft sip will turn left, and then a hard sip will go in reverse. So it's all activated through breath. So
Yeah. That's, does that get tiring through the day? The sip puff, like
no, you know what? Because it's not like if I want to go straight, it's not like I have to do a continuous blow. I just give it a one puff and it'll go. Like there's
okay,
like four stages. So like I can give it one puff, it'll go at the slowest speed, and then if I give it another puff, it'll jump up a speed. It'll jump up like four speeds depending on how many times I give it a puff. So, but when I
Uh,
first got it, bro, they forgot to put. It's called the latch system, and the latch system is when you just give it a puff and it'll go. It wasn't set up, so I had to like continuous
constant.
blow to go. Oh my dude, no way, this is not gonna work. So it was like I had to deal with that for like the first day. I got my new chair. I forgot to have them put that latch system on. I was like, oh my god, this sucks.
Yeah, man, that would be terrible. You'd be so out of
Yeah,
breath just trying to move anywhere.
right. Yeah.
I have
So,
one question
but
also that Leah has asked actually about people that because people drive with a sip and puff, correct? There are people that drive with a sip and puff.
I haven't honestly. I've seen like Arrow made that. They have made a car, but there's not one that's like for the actual road that you can go on.
Oh,
That you can drive. Dude, I wish, dude,
I
that'd be rad. But yeah, no, there's not. There's not like a legal car that you could drive with a sip and puff.
okay. I was under honestly for my whole like disability life.
Dude,
I honestly thought that people did drive with the sip and puff. I thought that was
I wish, dude,
I
that'd be
thought that was
rad, dude. I could just
okay.
drive myself.
So, so I guess
But
the
yeah, no,
question.
I'm chauffeured. I'm chauffeured around every day, dude. It's rad. I don't need to drive.
Okay, good deal then. That's because my question or like, her question was actually, and it still does stand, I guess, in your chair. But what happens if you sneeze or like cough it and accidentally catch, or is it not?
No, it won't.
It,
Yeah, because like I said, once I just give it the command, I could puff. I could give it the command to go straight, and I could just take the straw out of my mouth, and it'll still be going.
okay, so yeah, you
So
don't like you said, you don't need to
yeah,
constantly
it's not
be.
like if I sneezed, I'd be like out of control. So that'd be pretty wild, though.
I know, right? That's what because I
Yeah.
mean you're one of the only people I think I do know that like actively uses like the sip puff. I think.
Dude, sip and puff is like the old freaking old school, I guess. And dude, I love mine. It's all I've used. I've seen like the head arrays and the chin drive, and I was like, there's no way I would want to use those, dude.
No, yeah, you gotten used to it. You like it's like that's what you're
Yeah.
comfortable.
And
Uh,
I know people that use head arrays that like them, but I don't think I tried it when I first got hurt. I was like, I'll stick to the sip and puff.
no, right on, man. That's what I like. I said, like you just gotta if that's what you like, then
Yeah, you find what works
just
for
do
you,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
You
you gotta
know?
find exactly. Not everybody's gonna like the same things. What works for them might not work
Right.
for you. What works for you.
100%. And that just goes back to like when I was talking to you about going to group meetings. It's like that's a good thing about going to the groups is like you could figure out like what other people do, and it still might not work for you, but you can just go like, okay, well, this guy said that, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and do it my own way, and see if that works. So
Yep.
again, like those groups, like these weekly group meetings or monthly group meetings that people try to fight and not go to, or honestly, they're when you first get injured, man, they're a lot of help. So
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I feel like. It. it's hard to get yourself in there, but once people do,
Right,
but you also
right.
have to be willing to listen and accept things like,
Yes,
as
yes.
others
Well,
are.
again,
Um,
acceptance, it goes to accepting. And once you accept, your injury, it'll get easier. I promise. It's not like your life's not going to suck, dude. You know,
yeah,
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be struggles, but dude, life in general has its ups and downs, and no matter what, you got to push through them. Like life's not stopping because you or I got paralyzed. We got to keep moving. You know,
no,
so you got to deal with the ups and downs, whether you're in a wheelchair or not. So
right, man. Yeah, you totally gotta. That's everybody is in life is gonna have good and bad days. They're gonna have
right,
rough
right,
times. Like
a hundred percent, dude.
nobody's immune to that. Like that's like
You're not just skating through life with no problems. I don't care if you're filthy rich or dead broke. You're still gonna have problems.
yep. No, that's
So
exactly, man. So that's what I wanted to ask you to for part of this show here. Like, how do you manage then? Because you mentioned needing like 24-hour care. You have a ventilator. Somebody has to be
right.
at least somewhere
Yep.
close. How do you manage that for yourself? Like, because you do like you manage your own care, right? You hire caregivers.
Yeah.
you instruct
I
them
I
what to
heard
do.
caregivers. Yeah. Um. So dude, I've been very lucky. I've had my So I have 16 hours. I get like 16 hours of LVN nursing, and then I get 8 hours of like IHSS. So like my nurses I've had my LVNs, shit, my one nurse, she's been with me 12 years, so she's been with me since I've been, pretty much since I got hurt.
Wow,
So she's been with me. My other nurse has been my other uh, caregiver. He's been with me almost probably 11 years now, 10, 11 years. So
that's
I've
good.
been very blessed on being able to keep the same nurses for a long time. But again, we have to be advocates for ourselves when we're in this position. So when we do get injured, we got to tell we got to tell the nurses that they're nurses, but we got to tell them how to handle us, and what to do for us, because we got to advocate for ourselves. They don't know, like they know nursing, but maybe they're not doing it like how we want it, and we just got to teach them and show them how we want stuff done. So you teach them like that. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit to get used to. Your nurses, your caregiving, and all that. But once you dial them in, dude, now it's like I don't even have to tell my nurses anything. They know exactly what it's like. It's like riding a bike to them. They
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in, they do
They
their
have
thing every morning, every afternoon they do their thing, and every night, I have the same routine. Like you get in a routine with your nurses, and it'll make life way easy.
Yeah, no, I know. That definitely that is really cool to have that consistency, that routine. Just
Right,
and like and they're you can count on them that they're going to be there.
right,
They're going to do the job like you
hundred
want.
percent.
Yeah, no, that is really like such important thing to have in your life. Like
It's important. Yeah, it's really important to advocate for yourself, because if not, you're not gonna, it's not that you're not gonna get anywhere with them, but it's just gonna make your life easy.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It just makes it a lot easier, a lot less
Right,
stressful. Just you can just kind of move through your day.
right.
You
And if
you
you
know
kind of teach, like, if you have a new nurse come in, if you have, like, say you have a nurse leaving, I've done it like this, where like I've had the nurse that's leaving, like, spend a week with them to teach them
right.
the way they do it. So then when the new nurse comes in, they're like, okay, well, this is how he taught me. This is the steps that you know, he taught me to do. And then when your old nurse leaves and your new one comes in, it's pretty much,
Like
seamless,
a seamless, yeah. They've learned
Yeah,
everything. They got to like kind of
right,
shadow how everything was done and see everything.
right,
Yeah, no,
exactly,
that is really cool to be able to do
exactly.
that.
So,
Um,
and hopefully you don't have to do that a lot, because if you're doing that a lot, it means you're going through nurses, and that sucks.
yeah, yeah, I know. That's and that is hard when you like, because that's been like an issue for me too. Like, I think the longest caregiver I had really through my like first whatever years were like maybe 3 years, like 3 years or so.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
averaged all between like a year to 3 years. And like, because the
Right.
thing was, a lot of times I was hiring like because I don't have as many hours to do, so like
Right.
I'm hiring for
Right.
kind of minimal hours, so it's hard for somebody to really
Right.
base their whole
And that is, yeah,
thing
that's
on
hard.
it, like because
Right.
you kind of need to fit into their
Right.
other work schedule or other like
Right.
life schedule
Right.
to like really like
Yeah.
have it work good. So that's
Yeah.
been an issue for sure. Like that's like having that consistency for me. But
But you brought up a good point though. It's like how many hours you get. So you
yeah,
gotta, whatever hours you get, you gotta try to find out what works for you and the caregiver. So
yeah. So that's what that was the problem a lot of times with those care with for me with hiring caregivers and stuff. Um,
right.
but yeah, so but that's so cool that they do know everything like that. And then I
Yeah.
was gonna just ask
Yeah.
too, so do you have like or have you ever needed to call like on I know you said your family helped a lot in the beginning, but like do your friends ever need to do anything while you're out? Like say
Oh yeah, dude.
like yeah,
Like, dude, I've had it where I've had no nurse. Like, I didn't have nursing on Saturday and Sundays for like 2, 3 years, bro. And it was, dude, my friends were like, all right, dude, we're coming over, and I want your nurse. I want to have your nurse teach us how to, get you up and how to, do your care in the morning or whatever.
huh,
I have friends that I like. If I had no nursing right now, I could call them and be like, hey, dude, can you come get me up, or can you come put me in bed? I've taught. There's a handful of friends that I know that I've taught like how to do like all my like medical care, like my trach cleaning, my suprapubic cleaning, all that. So
man.
that's a blessing in itself that you have a friend that would want to learn that to help you.
No, that's a huge blessing, man. Uh, I don't think that happens for a lot. Like, I mean, I'm sure you have maybe
Right.
one or two friends or something through your life, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like to have like a handful of friends
It's
that will you
it's
can,
crazy.
and they actually sought out like trying to learn, and like it
Right.
wasn't like you were. Yeah, no, that's really cool, man.
Or to a friend you could call when you freaking have a poop accident in your shorts, and you're like, cool, dude. I don't have a nurse, dude, and I'm sitting in poop. This is gonna be cool. It's like, dude, literally have had friends come over and help me because I've had like an accident or something, dude. Like, what kind of friend does that, dude? I'm telling you,
A good
there's
friend,
not a
yeah,
lot
no,
that'll do that. So,
yeah,
and
no,
it's not like, dude, that this is honestly, it's the life that we have to live when we get injured. It's not, it's not like we're trying to make something happen like that, dude. It's just that stuff happens. Whether you piss yourself, you poop yourself, whatever. It's gonna happen. So
yeah, no, I know the things like that happen, unfortunately, in life. Like, even if it's not a daily,
And dude, I've had to make those calls, bro. I've had to make that call. Or like, my sister was gone. I didn't have a nurse, and it's like, dude, yeah, there's that one friend you could always call, and it's like, oh my god, I need your help. So, and
no,
not everyone's gonna have a friend like that, dude. It's crazy.
yeah. Yeah, no, I have a
So,
few friends that I've been able to call like for sure and have inquired about stuff like that.
right,
Asked like how they could help me and things, especially earlier on.
right,
But yeah, no,
yeah,
that is like such a cool thing to have in your life because that is not as
right,
common as I think it should be, and
right.
for everybody.
No, it's 100%. You're right. And it's awesome if you could find someone that's willing to do that for you.
Yeah,
Because let's face facts here, dude. It's not every day you're gonna fucking be like, oh, cool. Let me change your shorts because you pooped yourself or you peed yourself. It's like, oh my god.
yeah, yeah.
So, but what do you
No,
do, man?
that's exactly,
That's
man.
that's
That's
the
the
that's
life.
the cards. That's the cards we're dealt, bro.
So that is how you have had to manage those things when you didn't
Yeah,
have a
a
caregiver
hundred
around.
percent.
So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
yeah, dude. Yeah. So, and
And
again,
then,
it's like I'm blessed enough to have someone that would do that. Because if not, you're lucky. You sit in that for 8 hours. You guarantee you're gonna get skin breakdown and end up with a pressure sore or something.
yeah, Yeah, there's no pressure relief for poop sitting in like
Yeah,
the
right.
acidic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, dude, you're screwed or pee, dude. It's like, dude, you gotta get cleaned up and keep on moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, man. That's
So,
So, what do you do then? Do you have one of your nurses or that travel with you? Like, because you just mentioned going to like Arizona for the Nine Inch Nails, and then
hmm.
I forget where for the corn one. You
New
said,
York, yeah.
Yeah, New York for the corn
Yeah.
show and stuff. Do they travel with you, or do your friends or like a family member
Yeah,
travel with you?
either one. If the nurses want to come, and if I can afford to pay them, I will, or I'll just have the friends that know how to take care of me go. Someone's getting a free ticket to a concert, so
That's how you kind of do. Like, yeah. So
yeah.
you're like, I'll pay for the
Plus, they'll
concert,
get paid too. Yeah, they'll
right?
get their ticket to the concert, and they'll get paid to come. But
Right. Yeah.
again, it's a lot. It's not like I'm just we're made of money. You just work something out with them. A lot of honestly, if you could find friends, a lot of friends will say, "I'm not taking your money. I want to go because I want you to have fun. I want to help you, and I want to be part of it. So
That's cool. Yeah, that's definitely some real friends.
again, that's where your true friends come. Your true friends and the real friends will be there for you no matter what. And you pick your circle. You pick your circle wisely, and you pick a good one, and it'll make your life 100 times easier, dude. You know.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely true, man. That's what. Um, yeah, no, that's you got to just keep those close, good friends there,
Right.
and that was kind of an issue for me. I feel like a lot of my, like I had a lot of people around me, like especially early in my injury,
Right.
like through my 20s, lots of friends hanging out, like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, but only a few that have helped me with
We're
my
true.
care or like asked if they, what they could learn to
Hmm.
do. Like I can count
Right.
four
Yeah.
people right now
Yeah.
that I know
A
that have
hundred percent,
all
dude.
like asked me and been
The
like,
true ones, the true friends will come out when you need something done, dude.
yeah, yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's really cool, and I know I've met a few of your friends and stuff, but when I've come to the fundraisers
Right.
before, um, but
Yeah. Yeah.
and everybody is super. I don't know. Every time I've been there, everybody was super nice and
Right.
welcoming. So,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yeah.
for anybody that
No, like
doesn't,
I always.
and I was gonna say, I'll shout out that I know it's not coming up till next year again in May, I think, right? But you do a fundraiser.
April, yeah.
Oh, April. Sorry. Okay.
Every
April.
April, yeah.
So in April, you do a fundraiser every year at this bar and kind of um, like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
raise some
good
money for
time,
yourself. You
man.
have a bunch of cool
I'll
prizes, a bunch of
definitely be posting. I'll be posting about it here soon. So
yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's what if we can try to make it, it'd be great to support. We don't really hang out in bars and stuff much, but I do want to
right.
support you. But so we'll
Yeah.
or
No,
just get
it's
together sometime, maybe and
it's
outside of
it's a
that.
good time for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's a
for
good
sure, man.
time. So if anyone can make it, come on out.
No, I know that's what a
So
bunch of when I because I still have a whole bunch of friends in Simi Valley out there too, and I know
yeah.
the couple times I've went, they all came up, met me, hung out. We all hung out for the
Nice. That's right.
fundraiser. So like I was
Yeah.
I was able to like meet up with friends and just kind of hang out
Yeah.
and they be able to just be there to support. But yeah, it's just a cool thing, cool little
Right.
event. Not even a little event. You have like some pretty cool ass prizes and stuff that you raffle off for
Yeah,
people.
dude. I'm very lucky on the donations that I get for like the silent auctions and even the raffles. I've been doing it. I've had one every year since I've been hurt. So going on 13 years, and dude, I don't think there hasn't been a dud year yet, dude.
And
You
that's how
know,
you kind of supplement some of your caregiving needs and
right?
stuff, right? It,
Caregiving and medical expenses and
supplies, expenses,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah, supplies, whatever.
Yeah, man.
So.
That's cool. So that's a great idea for
Honestly, because it's crazy to think like, a lot of times people go like, well, why don't you just have your insurance pay for this or that? And I go, you know what? It's less headache for me just to be able to just go and buy it than try to fight the insurance to get something covered because it is so ridiculous for us to get stuff covered through insurance. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, like I'll fight for stuff that I need, but like sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it because I don't even want to deal with trying to get insurance to pay for it. And by the time I get insurance to pay for it, whatever it is, it's like it'll be healed or whatever. I won't need it anymore, or whatever. It's crazy.
That's the way I was for just until these last couple years, and Leah has like really helped me kind of get on
Good.
that, and like because I have been paying for my own bowel care, which I used suppositories for so many years, and then I actually
Right.
switched to like this enema system that Coloplast makes called the Parastene. But again, I had somebody give me one in the beginning, and then a few people give me like some parts and things. I bought one on eBay, but I was just kind of like buying and
Right.
supplying and doing all the stuff. And then even my
Yeah.
catheters I was buying out of pocket, my suprapubic catheters, because my
Right.
urologist just wasn't it just kind of sucked.
It's
So
crazy,
they're
dude.
just like
Like, yeah.
but Leah was like, no, you can get all these things done. And so like with her motivation, I
That's
was
just
able,
rad. That's
now I get
rad.
all
I
my
like that
catheters.
she
I
pushed
actually
you to
get,
do that. Yeah.
yeah, I get the leg bags and stuff that I used to just, I'd buy like two a year out of pocket because they were expensive, like
Right.
$100 a bag. So I would just use them for 6 months at a time. And
Your
now
sports bags?
I get one every month. Yeah, my sports
Yeah.
bags.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I get one every month now. We get the Parastene stuff now. Like it's been really, really nice. But it was work. I definitely had to call and do a bunch of stuff. Like it
Right.
was back and forth with trying to get stuff done. It's
Right.
like, but
No, it's
eventually I did
it's
find the
tough,
right
dude.
company,
Right.
and
Yeah.
yeah, which shout out. I got actually, we're already we're not quite to the hour, but we are getting a little later. But I am going to shout out our sponsors too. So mobility professionals and urology professionals. If you need some urological supplies, I'm just gonna do that now so we can keep talking. If you need
Nice.
some urological supplies, Urology Professionals is a nationwide company, so anywhere in the country they can ship them for you, and they are actually a company that will, like, go. They'll make the calls to the insurance, and they will do
Nice.
all that stuff like and get it covered. And I actually shout out. This isn't a sponsor, but I use Byram Healthcare for my Parastene supplies, and they actually did that too.
That's who I
I
use.
literally made one
Yeah.
call, and the dude was like, "Cool." He's like, doctor's info, boom, got it. Okay, insurance,
Yeah.
boom, got it.
Yeah.
This. He's like, I'll call you back. I'll let you know. And literally, like the next
Yeah.
day, he's like, everything's set up. We got it. Like,
Yeah.
dude, what?
Yeah. That's who I use
So
too.
good
I like
companies.
I like that you can just go right online and order your supplies and they come.
Yeah, so they
So
are another great company. Just shouting them out, but urology professionals and mobility professionals do support us. They support a lot of stuff in the local community. You know, they give back.
nice.
To like a lot of stuff like Triumph Foundation and different nonprofits around here. They go to a lot of events and generally pretty good companies, and even will just send you free samples of catheter things if you need them.
Right.
So there we
That's
go. Just
awesome.
shout that out.
Nice.
So yeah, but that is one of the pain in the asses. Like you do have to find hopefully like a company or somebody that's willing to help you do those things and like
Yeah.
do some of that
Yeah,
legwork.
and there will be there's always a company that will help you, but like you said, it's finding them and it's getting like you said, you got to the point where you were just lackadaisy and you're like, you know what, I'll just I'll just buy it. And I get like that sometimes with the stuff. It's like yeah, I don't even want to deal with the headache, but you know what? If you deal with it and you do get it, once you do get it covered, you're pretty much set for good. So
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is worth spending time on. If it's something you use all the time, then yeah, I would say yes, fight for it and do what you have to do to get it covered.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's definitely everybody should try to do that if they can. Like if you have the means to do something, then that's great. But even when you do, I think I say I'm now to my point in my life and my age where I'm like, no, take advantage of the grants, take advantage of insurance, take advantage of things
Yes,
like
yeah,
so that
100%,
you can save
hundred
that money, put
percent,
it
dude.
towards something else.
Yes, you say yes, yes. Save as much as you can for yourself. Because I'll tell you what, dude, this not it doesn't get any easier as we get older. And money, you gotta stack away your pennies as much as you can because nothing gets any cheaper, bro.
And that's what, yeah, see,
So
that's what I wish I would have made some better decisions in my 20s and instead of just spending
yeah,
everything frivolously and buying things
right,
that were
yeah,
unnecessary, just kind of spending, yeah, everything I had and not really
yeah.
having much to show. But
Right.
but yeah, man,
No.
I think that's great for people. And but there also is stuff like when you can't get things covered because sometimes they won't, or you're gonna need time. You're gonna need to cover a grace period. Doing something like a fundraiser is a great idea. Like that's a really, I
Right.
mean, like,
Yeah.
and anybody can do that. Like
Right.
you really can. Like it's, I mean, you might not have the same people donating different things and doing like things for prizes, but you can find stuff. You can look stuff up. You can. Um, I've been trying to look into that more too because I
Right.
tried to do a couple
No.
fundraisers for Live to Roll even like a couple years back, and like, um, yeah, it's
You know what, dude? It's not easy. I'll tell you that. It's a lot of work, but dude, once you get it dialed in, like, dude, I got mine pretty much dialed. I got the people that I use that's helped me for the last 12 years, or that still help me every year. Like, we've got a routine now, so it's like, dude, it's like find the people that want to make your life easier and want to make your life better because it will help you in the long run. Like, again, I wouldn't be where I am today without the circle that I've created.
yeah,
And that
no,
goes with like meeting you, meeting Triumph, meeting other friends in wheelchairs, and able-bodied people. It's everyone. It's the whole circle. So
yeah, man, it really is all that, and that's what like I try to tell people like you don't. I strongly advise being involved with the disability community, making some
a
friends,
hundred
but
percent,
you do not have to
100%.
like completely live your life within the
Don't
community.
yeah, don't
It's
yeah.
good, do
No,
your own
yeah,
thing, live your
and
life, but
don't try to do everything by yourself. Like you can't be that person. You definitely like when we're in this situation, we need help, and we have to accept it, and we have to take it. Take the help that you can get because it's definitely going to make life easier.
yeah,
Trust me,
no,
if I could do everything myself, I would. If I could drive myself anywhere and all that stuff instead of having to wait for my nurse to get here and be late or whatever, like that was one thing I really had like trouble with in the beginning was letting go of things because I was always that on time. If I wasn't 10 minutes early, I was late already. And my
yeah,
nurse is always late. So I had to finally like just let it go, bro, and just be like, oh my god, like I would get so much anxiety and so upset, like I'm late, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And finally, like after like years, dude, that probably took me 2 or 3 years, dude, after years of just like letting it bother me and all that, finally was just like, you know what, Russ, let it go, dude. It's out of your control. It's out of your hands. Like I could only say, hey, I need you here at this time so many times. So like
yeah,
to a point, like don't let the people take advantage of you, but pick and choose your battles. That's the advice I could say is pick and choose.
yeah, no, exactly. You choose, pick and choose. But that's actually a perfect point for that's something that I've really kind of been working on and stuff as well myself is like letting
Right. Yeah,
like
bro, I
uh,
had to, dude, because I was like, when I was able-bodied, dude, I was like everything. I controlled everything, dude. And
yeah, and
then
that's what
when after I got hurt, I was out of control of what time I got here or got there or whatever, or
yeah, you can. That's
so
what Lee always tells me. You can only control yourself. You can only control
a hundred
somebody.
percent,
Anybody
dude.
else is going to do something. They're going to do. You're going to be whatever it is. You can only control how you're going to react and like
Yes,
and like what you
yes,
do. And so like I'm
yes.
trying really hard to learn that. I've been trying these last couple of years to like okay like
Good for you.
but I still struggle.
It's awesome.
I still definitely struggle with it
It's
a
all,
lot.
dude. It's
But I'm
not easy,
working.
bro. It's not easy, but as you keep going, dude, you'll get through it. It took me a while, bro. Definitely took me a while. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see that. And it's taken me a while, and I've recognized that it's not been an easy process. And I think I did just
right,
have a lot more ego than I realized and stuff, and things like that are just hard
right. You
to,
have to
to,
put that
to break.
aside,
And
dude.
yeah, yeah, no, I know.
So
So that's what I'm working on that, man. Working on it,
good for
Russ.
you, bro. I like it. I like it, dude. It's awesome. So,
Yeah, man. But yeah, see, like she put in there, who wants to control someone else? Live your life. That's the one for you. So,
that's
like you got to live your own
100%
life.
right, dude.
So,
No, we do. We got to live our lives, but it's we got to be in control, but only can control us. We can't control everyone around us. So, you know,
yep, that's exactly right, man. Yeah, you can't control the outside factors. You can't control what other people are going to do, what they're going to
exactly,
say.
exactly,
And I'm
exactly.
really trying to get like that around my brain and get kind of
It's
to
like
where that's more of
stress.
a
It's
natural.
like I say that about stressing on stuff. Like only stress on the stuff that you can control. If it's out of your control, can't even let it bother you, dude. Because what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do about it. You know?
Yeah, no, there is nothing you can do. There's nothing you can like. Yeah, you're just gonna get anxiety and stress over
Yeah.
nothing because there's nothing. And I definitely that's something I really struggle with because I can sometimes let the stress start to build. I get
Right.
frustrated, I get anxious, and I just like
Right. Yeah.
it's hard to
Yeah.
even get clear thoughts and stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I'm with you, brother.
but yeah, no. So that's cool to actually hear though that you like were able to do that. It took you a couple of years, but now you're
Yeah.
so.
Now I
Did,
don't let it bother me at all, dude. Because, dude,
is
it
it
was
still? Do you
taking
still have
over
the
my
same
life.
caregiver? You still have the same
Yeah.
caregiver?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dude, bro, I swear, dude, it was my nurse has been with me for what 12 years now. No, 11. I was like, dude, she would come late every day. Like, it would be like 15 minutes, then it was 30, then 45. Now it's an hour, and I would get so worked up, bro. And finally, after a couple of years, I was like, forget it. I'm not even gonna let it bother me anymore. I'm like, all right, you want to be an hour late every day? Fine. It's that shield. I guess I get it. You have things to do. You have your kids to drop off at school. But when I hired you, the hours were 8 to 4, whatever. And it's like it was 9 to 4. Now, well, it was 8 to 4 or the hours, but she'd get here an hour late. She gets here an hour late every day, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever, fine. You know what? She comes. She's reliable. She comes every day. She comes.
So in your head,
She doesn't
just
miss a lot. I was
so
just like, forget it. I don't care.
yeah. So for you, you just kind of be like, my caregiver comes at 9. You're just
Yes, 100% did. That's what I had to do because dude, I would get so in the beginning. I would get so worked up, dude. I would send her text like, "This is not working. We have to figure this out." Blah blah blah, whatever. And it was like I felt like I was talking to a wall. But it was like, all right, fine. You want to be an hour late? That's fine. She's reliable. She comes to work, so I was like, fine. I'm gonna let it go. I couldn't let it bother me anymore.
yeah. If she does the rest of the job good, and you can, like,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
just adjust. Or I would be like, just
Being
start
with
telling her
me.
you need her to be there at 7, and then
Yeah,
maybe she gets
right.
there
I
at 8.
should have done that in the beginning, bro. But now she already knows. She's like, forget it. I'll get there at 9. But whatever. It's all good. Again, like I said, we got to pick and choose our battles. And she's been with me for 11 years now, so it says something about her.
Yeah, that's so you guys have a pretty good like relationship then you can
Dude,
freely
she's like the sister I never wanted, bro. It's crazy. You know, we get in these little arguments or whatever, but you know what? At the end of the day, dude, like she's awesome. All my nurses are awesome. Like they take care of me. They're very thoughtful of me, and it's like hey, like I know, like I can't come to work this day, but you know what? Well, I'm gonna give you like they'll give me like heads up of like weeks in advance, so I could try to find someone that'll to take their place, so I'm not left
yeah,
alone. So
right, yeah. Man,
I'm very very lucky with the nurses that I do have.
yeah, no, I mean that's cool that they like you just had to I guess you guys had to figure out each other's schedules and work
Yes,
get to a compromise
100%, dude.
that worked
That's
for
yes, yes.
uh
you know.
But
But
I,
in the long thing, in the end of the things, it's like, do they take care of you? Do they care for you? And if they're giving you if they're giving you the good care that you need, that's what really matters, you know.
right? Yeah, no, that's exactly. So that's what you got to figure out what you need from the caregiving.
Right.
Like if that time thing is going to be like too much, like you got to figure out what's going to be your thing. But if they're
Right.
doing a good job, that is probably the
Yeah.
most important, and that
If
they're
she
nice,
was
they
late
care.
and did bad work, I'd be like, you're out of here, But
Right? Yeah,
she's
yeah,
good at what she does, so
yeah.
it's all good.
Right on, man. Well, crap, I gotta. It's already been about the hour here. Gotta start to wrap up the show, I guess. I already thanked
Do
the
it,
sponsors,
dude.
which is awesome. Um, so yeah, thank you to our sponsors again, mobility professionals and urology professionals. We appreciate their support very much. And then also coming up on Thursday, I don't believe Bobby will be on, but the crew for the Rolling Over the Hill crew will be on Thursday at 3:30. Um, I don't have the updated banner in. Oh yeah, I do. So the guys will be on Chad, Robert, and Paul. Which Paul was in the chat earlier. I said forgot to shout you out. Hope you're doing well. But
Nice.
the guys will be on talking about aging with a disability while Bobby's on the mend. So make sure to tune into that 3:30 on Thursday. Um, but
Nice.
uh, but Russ, man, like I miss talking to you, man. You're such a
Look, dude.
this
No,
hour.
thanks for having me, bro. It was good catching up, and yeah, we definitely need to get together, bro, and hang out some more, dude.
Yeah,
For
man, I'd
sure.
love to just maybe like meet up sometime and just kind of maybe have some lunch or just
Yeah, dude.
hang out, catch up.
Yeah.
So we'll do that
I
for
got
sure.
to
I'll
take
talk
you to
to
the
you.
shooting range with me, bro. I got to take you to the shooting range with me, bro.
I don't know if I want to get my nuts shot off.
So, but yeah, no, we'll do something for sure, bro. It's
But
been
yeah,
it's
no,
been
no,
fun.
dude, definitely, man. No, I'm gonna definitely keep in a little bit better contact and hang out
Yeah,
some more.
yeah, for
Everybody
sure.
out there, I just want to make sure to shout out your Instagram is down in the description below. So anybody,
Russ on wheels with a
make sure
Z.
to hop on and follow Russ. And he always, honestly, like every day, has something positive to post. I don't even know how you keep up with that.
Try,
It's,
dude. Try.
you always find a
I
different
always say,
quote.
dude, I want to. If I can inspire one person a day, my goal is done.
No, that's incredible. Yeah, man, that's all it takes is just reaching that one person. Same thing with
Yeah.
like the Lips Roll show. Like sometimes these shows might just be hanging out, talking, whatever. But if something you
Right.
could take from it, it's something that's going to help you in your life. If it helps that one person,
That's
that's
all it
the
takes,
point of what
bro.
we're trying to
That's a
do. So,
win. That's a win in our book. So
and yeah, Russ also does like positive, some motivational speaking and stuff like that as well. I forgot to mention earlier. I know
yeah,
there's a
I got to
couple
do that next
podcasts.
week.
You're doing next week. Nice,
Yeah, I got to go speak to like troubled teens. So we'll
nice.
give them a little speech.
That's pretty cool. And then also wanted
Yeah.
to shout out. Are you still doing the podcast regularly with uh,
Uh, with Colin.
Colin? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't done it yet. We're gonna fire it back up. I'll definitely let you know when we
Okay.
do fire it back up. But yeah, right now we're not. So
Well, if you guys want to check that out, follow Russ. It's I think you have a couple YouTube links in your Instagram little thing right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
so you can check that out
yeah.
from there. And yeah, make sure to just check him out. Russ, awesome dude. Thank you again for coming
Awesome. I
on
appreciate
and
it, Blue.
talking.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, brother.
And then make sure don't hang up right now. We're gonna end the show, but thank
Yeah,
you guys. Appreciate everybody hanging out, watching, chatting. Really appreciate all your support. Thank you guys, and yeah, tune back in Thursday. We'll see you next Tuesday, and live to roll.